Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Waterworld. And this movie came out in 1995, and it's pretty iconic for being a big, over-budgeted movie that was a huge bomb. I think the budget for this movie was like 175 million. Originally, it was supposed to be just 100 million, but because of so many production troubles, for instance, there was a lack of bathrooms, and there were points where sets kept sinking to the bottom of the ocean, and just all kinds of things going wrong with this movie. And the script wasn't even finished by the time they were making the movie, I believe. And just so many problems just looming over this movie. It just turned out to be a disaster, and that's how I feel about it. It's kind of funny at times, as in me laughing at the movie, not with it. Because this is a pretty serious film, tone-wise. And it's basically just Mad Max, but on the ocean. It does feel like a ripoff of Mad Max. And everything that I would have wanted out of this movie is just found in a Mad Max movie. Like any of them. Even the first movie, which I'm not really a big fan of. There are a couple things about that movie that I can remember and I was engaged with. Or at least from memory. And the only things that I can say positively about this movie is that it has some production value at points, and I like the practical effects, and the first 20 minutes had some good action. As in, I liked the opening action sequence that we get. After that point, it just becomes really boring for me to watch, and there was no over-the-top nonsense. That's really just what I was missing. Sure, it does come back to that nonsense, but it feels like it takes forever to get back to that stuff. I never once understood how things in this movie work or functioned, mainly because the film never really develops anything that's going on in this universe. Like, dirt is extremely valuable. I don't know why. It never really develops that, despite this movie being over 2 hours long. It just never bothers to explain why things are as valuable as they are. Dirt is valuable. Paper is valuable. I'm not exactly sure why, but that's how it is. There were also too many close shots in the action that made it difficult to see what was supposed to be shown, and to be kind of somewhat fair, there isn't really much to show because it's just on the boat in the ocean. So I guess that's an okay excuse, but at the same time, there's no impressive shots in this movie at all. I did not like the music in this movie. It was trying to be like epic, and it was also stuff that you would expect from a big budget blockbuster film, or trying to be a big budget blockbuster film, and it just never complimented any scene that it was in. It just was very distracting, and I didn't like it even in the slightest. The movie is way too long for what it is. It has just horrendous pacing overall. Like, a scene will go by and it feels like nothing happened in that scene, and it could have just been cut out of the movie entirely. And there are scenes in this movie that I would call pointless. Like, they don't need to be in the movie at all. Why they're in the movie? Couldn't tell you. The little girl in this movie was pretty annoying, both the performance and her character. I just never believed that this would be a character in this universe, especially since she doesn't know how to swim. Like, that was kind of odd. Like, the entire world is water. You'd think you'd know how to swim, but I guess that's in the movie. It's just so our main character has an excuse to teach her how to swim, I guess. But despite this sounding like our main character is a good guy, he really isn't. There's nothing to like about him, and he's also a mutant for absolutely no reason. They reveal this like 20 to 25 minutes into the movie that he's a mutant and he has gills. It's brought up for like, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes in the movie, and it just never is acknowledged again. There's also points in the movie where the guns feel like they have infinite ammunition, which was kind of funny. The iconic scene of the main character drinking his own pee was pretty funny, even though, like, hypothetically speaking, if you can make your own pee drinkable, couldn't you also make the ocean water drinkable? Like, that's something you could probably do. The action scenes overall in this movie were very goofy to the point where it was difficult to take seriously, and I understand that the movie was trying to be goofy at the same time, but it just didn't work for me, and there are a ton of plot holes in this movie that I honestly don't even believe that I can mention all of them, because nothing in this movie makes any sense, and there's no good reason why anything in this movie had to happen. The best part of this movie would probably be Dennis Hooper. He was kind of funny in the movie. Like, when he was on screen, he was entertaining. Like, it's not like a great performance or anything, but it was at least enjoyable to watch. And that's about all I can really say about Waterworld without spoiling anything. It's bad, but kind of funny. Like, it's pretty infamous for how much of a disaster this movie was, and just they really tried to make a movie out of something that was just not working out very well. They made a movie, I can say that much, and I've seen worse, but all in all, it's just really not that good. There's no likable characters, there's no interesting conflict. And this story is just a bunch of nonsense that doesn't need to happen, and I wasn't entertained by much in this movie. And when I say that, it's not ironic enjoyment that I'm talking about. I'm talking like unironic, like taking the movie seriously. There's like, I don't know, tiny little things that I liked, but they're few and far between, and just, you're probably going to forget about these things by the time the movie's over. So I guess if you want to check out a disaster and laugh at it, then I guess I would recommend it. But I would recommend that you watch this movie in a group so you can just laugh at it and just really see what happened here. And it's pretty funny, and nothing is going to make any sense. Just be prepared for that. And as long as you know what you're getting into, then check it out, I guess. But if you don't really care for investing your time in funny bad movies, then you can skip this movie. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Waterworld a 2 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below your thought of Waterworld, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Star Trek Generations. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.